Okay, so today I wanted to talk about my Myers-Briggs type indicator personality, INFP. It stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling, and perceiving. The stereotype around being an INFP is the dreamy, the loner. They always have their head in the clouds, they always have their nose in a book, they're always listening to music, they're sensitive, they are empathetic, they, sympathize very easily. Um, Another stereotype is that, they're lazy, they don't care about anybody but themselves. Different stereotypes around just one personality, but that's like that with all 16 personalities. Um, but yeah, that's my type, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. I think I've been 9P for most of my life. There are probably several circumstances that, came around it, or that came around my developing it. My being raised as an only child, my being introduced to books early and having to entertain myself, so I developed a vivid imagination and, the habit of reading early and different things like that. Being mostly a loner ever since I was a child, it might have, caused me to emphasize about what was important to me rather than what was important to the group, in terms of FI and, different things like that. I don't know, sometimes it's hard being an INFP. I mean, it can be hard being any kind of type, honestly, probably, but I don't know, it just seems like it's like the things that I think of or the things that I think are important to me are not important to a lot of other people. So, if I make some random connection, I often get just weird looks because, my brain is already jumping to over here and they're still over here, or they're not thinking about the things that I am, or, in context of what I'm thinking about. Um, I daydream a lot, like a lot of INFPs. It's something, I don't know, I guess it's something that's very important to me, thinking and imagining and, just creating different worlds and my own personal worldview. I'm not a very emotionally expressive person, honestly. I mean, I can be, but I mean, I'm not very emotionally expressive, but I feel emotions a lot, if that makes sense. If I get lost in my head, I can, I feel all these feelings, and I feel what the characters I'm imagining or characters that have already been written about or feeling. I'm usually very aware of my emotional state, what I'm feeling, why I'm feeling it most of the time. I often, I don't know, another downside to being 9P is that I can often be lazy. I procrastinate a lot, mostly because I think that my interests and hobbies are more important than what needs to be done, such as, maybe doing the dishes or the laundry or, whatever homework needs to get done, or, there are days where I just, don't want to show up to work even though I need the paycheck, I need the money. Um, it's, I live in my own world of, I live in my own subjective world. Um, I can be very passionate or very empathetic about, whatever's going on. When it comes to my weaknesses, I can be very critical, very judgmental, um, mostly of myself or of people that don't follow, I guess, my own personal um, morals, my own values. It's weird because I can see two different points of view. I can see both sides of an argument a lot of the time, but I might side with one side and then be extremely harsh and judgmental about the other side. Um, I try not to impose myself or impose my worldview on others, if they ask me, I might be open about it, or a lot of the time I'm just conflict avoidant anyway. But I it's more I'm more of an individualistic person a lot of the time, rather than just so focused on the group. I prefer working alone most of the time, mostly because I prefer doing things at my own pace and controlling the project than having to collaborate with someone else a lot of the time. But it's I don't know, it's interesting being an INFP. I don't know if the descriptions are actually part of the Forer effect, that maybe I predict that I act this way, or that I think this way. But it's an interesting theory, and it's discovering who I was. Within that context was interesting because it's thinking I guess I'm not a freak, that I'm not crazy for thinking like this, that I'm not inherently weird or defective or whatever you want to call it, because I often felt like that as a child, and there are days when I think I should be this way, or I should be more advanced in this area of my life, or different things like that, things that I'm working on. But yeah, it's definitely, I guess it's been helpful to me, showing where my weaknesses and where my strengths are, along with other personality theories. But I think this is going to be the first in a series of videos about being an INFP. Probably the next video will be about FI and what it is, shows up in me, I guess, and maybe in other INFPs. But have a great day, everyone. Bye.